now after these years of experience, have you grown to know when to stop being personal and start getting more of a storyteller?
I'm getting there now, yeah. I think certainly this album for me, Flags, has been really liberating in that way. So I am the narrator, certainly in all of the songs, and for me that's been really refreshing, and I'm a year into talking about the album now, and I still feel okay. So that's a good sign that something is going right, I think, yeah.
Do you have some sort of jury you present your songs to for approval?
No, there are people that I ask for feedback along the way. My husband is probably the primary one, but but not necessarily, because my songs are very, I'm so linked to them that it's sometimes hard to hear, especially if they're in the process, if they're not finished yet. I don't necessarily want to expose it to a lot of opinions because it's not done yet. So, yeah.
In your career, you have always heard yes far more often than no, I think, right?
I suppose. I mean, I don't know. I've been certainly when it comes to the song side of things and the music side of things. Well, I suppose when it comes to my whole career, really, I mean, in the end, the buck stops with me, and certainly I have an amazing team of people who, there's a lot of decisions we make together, but with some things, and particularly with the music that I make and the songs that I write, the final decision will always be with me, because I'm the person who is represented. If I make an album and it's crap and everyone hates it, people aren't going to go, oh, it must be other people's fault. They'll say, oh no, she made a terrible album, so I'm the one who everything kind of comes on, the good stuff and the bad stuff. So I need to make sure that whatever I'm putting out there, I'm prepared to take full responsibility for, whether for better or for worse.
And what are the subjects you keep coming back to? What are your obsessions as a songwriter?
I think my themes are getting broader in my writing. Certainly more so than with my first. But I suppose with this album, I talk about. There's a travelling song, there's a song about the cycle of grief, there's summary upbeat songs, there's a song about vanity, a song about injustice. So kind of I'm finding ways of articulating in song the things that I mull over in my mind. It's certainly something I'm hopefully getting more of a grasp on as I go on. Yeah.
Coachella, for example, was inspired by Fleet Foxes concert,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Which you described as being quite a magical thing.
Yeah.
Can you remember the first moment in which you sat down listening to music and had that sort of magical experience?
I can't remember the first, but I certainly remember, pivotal moments along the way. I remember when I was about 12, maybe even younger or maybe slightly older, I can't remember, but all my friends were listening to Snoop Dogg, Wu-Tang Clan, TLC, and I was at that stage going home and playing for hours on the piano by myself and had this world all of my own, and what I was doing in my private time didn't relate to Wu-Tang Clan, or that kind of thing. And so I remember the first time that I heard James Taylor on the radio, and it was my friend's mum. She was taking us to an after-school activity, and it was in her car. And I remember it came on the radio, and here was somebody there wasn't a whole bunch of production and beats and all this stuff. It was just a voice and a guitar and a piano. And I remember thinking, oh, like I understand that. I connect to that. So certainly things like that.